You felt invisible when she walked away without turning back. Now she's thinking about you every night. Let me explain what's happening inside her mind, and I'm saying this as a woman. She isn't replaying memories because she's nostalgic. She's doing it because your absence is louder than your presence ever was. There's a difference between missing someone and realizing you lost someone irreplaceable. When you were chasing her, she felt comfortable ignoring you. But now you've actually stopped reaching out, not as a strategy, not as a scheme, but because you're healing. And that silence is doing something words never could. Every quiet moment reminds her of what she gave up. And that feeling doesn't just disappear. This video breaks down 12 signs she is missing you far more deeply than she'll ever admit. Why silence creates impact that explanation never could. And how to recognize these signs without falling back into old patterns. Let's start with what you can actually observe, the behaviors that seem minor but reveal everything happening beneath the surface. Sign 1. She reaches out indirectly. Most men misunderstand this. She won't text "I miss you." That would require a level of vulnerability she isn't ready to face. Instead, you get something casual. "Hey, I saw this and thought of you." Safe. Low risk. But deliberate. I can tell you exactly what happens before she sends that message. She stares at your contact for 20 minutes. Types. Deletes. Rewrites. Tries to sound indifferent while her heart is racing. Maybe she likes an old photo. Reacts to a story with an emoji. These aren't accidents. They're tests. She's asking herself, does he still care? Has he moved on? Will he respond? And here's the pattern that matters: the less you react, the more your absence hits her. If she didn't miss you, she wouldn't need to check whether you're still thinking about her. When you were chasing, she had certainty. Now she only has questions. Sign 2. Her social media turns into a performance. This is happening right now. The moment you go quiet, her posts intensify. More selfies. Better angles. Captions about growth, healing, and moving forward. Throwbacks placed just carefully enough that you'll notice. This isn't about being fake. It's about testing whether you're still watching. Sometimes she'll post with another guy, not because she's moved on, but because she wants doubt to creep into your mind. She wants you asking, is she already over me? But here's what she doesn't realize. The more she performs, the clearer it becomes that she's not at peace. A woman who's truly moved on doesn't need to prove it. And here's the part most men don't want to hear. If you're still checking her social media every day, you're not healing. You're reopening the wound. This isn't about her anymore. It's about you staying attached to a chapter that's already closed. The men who truly move on don't know what she's posting. They don't care who she's with, not because they're pretending, but because they're building something real. And your silence answers every question she has without you saying a word. Real strength doesn't need an audience. Sign 3. She asks about you through other people. She won't come to you directly, but she starts investigating. Casual questions to mutual friends. How's he doing? Is he seeing anyone? But what she's really asking is he falling apart without me? She wants to hear that you're still checking her page, still asking about her, still hoping, because that would mean she still controls your emotions. But when she hears something else, when she hears you're fine, focused, not asking about her, that's when it hits. She expected impact. Instead, you're calm, unbothered, centered, and that scares her more than anger ever could. So ask yourself honestly, are you waiting for her to realize your worth, or are you avoiding the work of building a life that doesn't need her approval? Saying you've moved on while still structuring your day around her possible attention, isn't moving on. It's performing it, and in that moment, the power shifts. You stop seeking validation. You start generating it. Sign 4. She suddenly shows up where you are. If she knows your routines, the cafe, the gym, your schedule, don't be surprised by these coincidences. She acts shocked. Oh wow, I didn't expect to see you here. But it's theater. She arrives looking her best. Confident. Unbothered. All designed to see if she still affects you. This doesn't make her manipulative. It makes her human. She's trying to reclaim control in a situation where she feels powerless. Your move is simple. Be polite. Be brief. Stay grounded. Because the moment you react emotionally good, or bad you vivi, shown her she still has access to your inner world. A man who's truly at peace doesn't hand that access out anymore. Sign 5. She hints at regret. This is where pride begins to crack. You'll see it in quotes about mistakes, lessons learned the hard way, missing someone who deserved better, maybe a text about an old memory, sometimes something short unloaded. I miss talking to you. She isn't reminiscing. She's testing the door. The woman who once believed she could do better is now questioning whether she already had the best. And here's your power: you don't have to respond the way she expects. Healing doesn't require reopening wounds. Sign 6. She looks happy, but feels empty. Her photos show smiles. Her late-night posts tell the truth. Song lyrics at 2 a.m. Quotes about loss. Pictures of places you shared with no caption. These are signals. She wants you to make the first move because she won't. But understand this clearly. Her being unhappy without you doesn't mean she was happy with you. Regret doesn't equal change. Missing you isn't the same as being ready for you. Sign 7. She tries to make you jealous. Photos with other men. Hints dropped through friends. Flirting where you can see it. If she were truly over you, she wouldn't bother. This is fear disguised as confidence. Jealousy is desperation, wearing makeup. Don't react. Indifference dismantles the entire strategy. Sign 8. She finally reaches out directly. After nothing works, she swallows her pride. Hey, how are you? Safe. Neutral. But not random. She's been thinking about this for weeks. How you respond matters. Too eager, and she regains control. Calm, slow, scented end. The ache deepens because you're no longer there to fix her emotions. Sign 9. She compares everyone to you. Every date becomes a measurement. Not against the real you, but the idealized version memory created. Conversations feel forced. Connection feels flat. Even men who are objectively better don't feel right because they aren't you. And here's the truth you need to hear. Her realizing your value doesn't mean you should go back. Validation isn't a foundation. Most men who return don't do it out of love, they do it to feel chosen. That's ego, not healing. Sign 10. She drowns in nostalgia. Old photos, songs, places, scents. Her world keeps pulling her back into memories where you exist. She ties you to happiness itself. You don't have to do anything. She's the one wrestling with the past. Sign 11. She realizes what she took for granted. The consistency. Effort. The way you stayed when things were difficult. She thought it was normal. Now she sees how rare it was. And that realization hurts. Ask yourself something hard. Do you want her regret because you want her back, or because you want your pain validated? Only one leads to peace. Sign 12. She's terrified it's too late. This is the deepest sign. She's not just missing you, she's panicking that you're gone for good, that the door she assumed would stay open is closing. That fear is primal. Let her feel it. Not out of cruelty, but because consequences teach lessons words never can. Here's the truth that might sting. Some people only appreciate you once they lose you, and by the time they do, you should be too busy appreciating yourself to care. This video isn't about getting her back. It's about getting yourself back. Because somewhere along the way, you made someone else's recognition more important than your own peace. Stop looking for signs. She misses you. Start building a life so full you forget to check. The ultimate sign isn't her reaching out. It's you genuinely not needing her too. Not because you re-pretending, not because you're playing games, but because you found something better, peace with yourself.